Get some B-roll, the pre-pump. I feel like I haven't pumped my arms up in like fucking a month. Jesus Christ. Oh shit. Whew. Okay guys, so now we're gonna get into the workout. This is a chest focused workout. Typically, if I was doing a normal like push day, chest, shoulders, triceps, I wouldn't do this many exercises for chest, but this is for people that really have a hard time training their chest and really have a hard time growing their chest. So this is like a very specific chest only workout. So we're gonna start with an exercise that's gonna work our upper chest, the clavicular fibers. Remember I explained before, the ones that run up this way and tie into your collarbone here, because most times guys have a big lower chest or mid chest, but they're lacking that shelf, that upper part here. Even myself, I have a bigger lower chest and mid chest than I do upper chest. So I always start every workout working on like incline movements, working on my upper chest. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a cable, low to high, cable fly, right? So to work our upper chest. And whenever we're training these fibers, we want the direction of our humerus to go in line with these fibers here, right? So you can see I'm not going down like this, I'm coming up in the same direction. They're going from right here all the way up here. This is the angle that I'm coming up on. So whenever you set yourself up for this exercise, that's what you need to think about, right? So one of the main things I think people get wrong when they're doing flies for upper chest is they put the cables too close to themselves and they're doing too much of a front raise, right? There's not enough adduction and there's too much flexion, right? Because when you're doing a straight front raise from the bottom here, right up to the top in a vertical fashion, yes, you can feel this upper chest contract, but what more is gonna be working is your anterior delt right here. So usually you see people in the gym, they're doing these flies like this, and they think it's good for chest, right? But really what you wanna do is actually more adduction. So you want your arms to come out more, and you wanna go from out into the midline of your body more, just on a slight upwards angle in the same orientation as those fibers, right? And you can do this standing, but I'm choosing to do it seated today because anytime we can do something seated and create more stability is better, because I'm not standing, so I don't have to create my own stability with my body. I'm pushed back into the bench here, and I can create a lot of force through my upper pec. So let's demo what we're gonna do here for you guys. I'm gonna be doing about 3 sets, anywhere from 12 to 15 reps. This is not a low rep, heavy strength exercise. This is a pump it up, get the hypertrophy rep range, you know, anywhere from, 8 to 15, even 20 reps. Let's get some blood in there. Let's really feel it so that the rest of our workout, this is pumped up and we can really feel and grow our chest. And I'm thinking about driving into the midline and then up in the direction of those clavicular chest fibers. Up and in. I'm squeezing in. Oh, I'm trying to drive my elbows together. Ooh. Ooh. Let's go one more. Ooh. There you go. Guys, for growing muscle and hypertrophy, you don't have to go heavy with the weight, but you do have to go to failure. Failure and training within those last couple of reps where the muscle is starting to fatigue and fail, that is where all the growth happens. You don't necessarily need to do 6 reps on a bench press. Like, I really suggest you don't do that actually. You can do anywhere from, I recommend 8 to 20 reps is a good rep range, as long as you're training to failure to grow muscle. Oh. Oh. Partials. Next up, we're gonna do a pressing movement for the upper chest, right? We just did a fly movement. Now we're gonna do a pressing movement. This is something where we can really build upon our strength each week, and we're gonna be doing it a little bit low of a rep range, maybe 8 to 12 reps I like to do for this exercise, which is the incline dumbbell press. So I'm gonna explain to you guys, and really like this video is all about giving you guys the understanding, the education, and the tools to really understand how to set your body up in any exercise to train the specific part of the muscle that you want, right? So one thing you have to understand when you're training with free weights, when you're training with dumbbells, is the force that you are contracting the muscle against is gravity, right? Which way does gravity go? It goes down, right? It doesn't go up, it doesn't go sideways. Gravity goes straight down. So wherever you're holding the dumbbell, that's exactly where it's exerting force straight down, right? So if we're thinking about that, what we have to do when we set up our incline press is we're trying to target this upper chest area, right? Again, so we want that directly on top, so it's directly going against the gravity, right? So if you come to the side of me, you can see here, this upper chest area that I want to target is directly sitting flat on top of my chest right now, right? I'm not like this, it's not shoulders. I'm not like this, it's not mid-chest. I have the angle of the bench set up perfectly for my body so that it's gonna hit right across here, right? If I went down and I went to a lower incline and I went back and I got in position, now this is actually hitting my mid-chest and more of my lower chest actually, because I have a high rib cage, and when I press, I like to extend a little bit like this. So now, even though this is an incline on the bench, it's actually hitting my mid-chest and my lower chest, right? So that's why it's important that you guys understand these things so you can set up every exercise to hit the exact part of the muscle that you want, because just because I tell you to do an incline press doesn't mean that you have to do a 45 degree. You have to look at it from the side and actually see, okay, like where is my upper chest in relation to gravity, right? You want it always opposing gravity, which means right on top. So I'm gonna put this back up to where it's perfect for me. And then we're gonna do our sets of dumbbell press. We're gonna do 3 sets, about, like I said, 8 to 12 reps. Okay. Now you guys can see that might look a lot different than what some of you guys are doing for your chest pressing, even shoulder press, incline pressing, right? When I go back, my arms aren't right out to the side like this. That's a huge mistake people make when they're pressing. You can even see when I put my arm out here, what happens? My anterior delt sticks out, right? So if I'm pressing like this, I'm using my delts and my triceps mainly, right? Because I'm not pressing in line with the chest fibers, because there's no chest fibers that go like directly like across my neck like this, right? So we want to, again, press in the direction, the orientation of the fibers, right? So what I'm doing is I'm taking this point here and I'm going to this point here and I'm lining that up with my humerus, with my upper arm, and I'm driving in and up this way. And if you see, my chest, my upper chest is gonna bunch right up and in, right? Everything is shoved right up in this area. This is directly under the gravity, and this is all the stress. So instead of having your arms out here, bring them to the front a little bit and thinking about lining up your humerus, your upper arm, with these fibers. That's gonna help you guys a lot. Ooh. Ooh. All right, so now we're gonna do the Smith machine, or you can do a barbell as well, but we have the Smith machine here, so we're gonna use it. And this exercise, the chest press, I'm gonna be doing for my mid-chest, right? So remember how I showed you over there at the incline press that if I put the bench low or even flat, it's gonna hit my lower chest, right? So for me to actually hit my mid-chest across my pec, the sternal pec fibers, I actually need to have a little bit of an incline on it. So I'll show you guys right from the side. So from here, the way that I press in this position with my rib cage, what's on top here, right? It's my mid-chest, right? It's not my upper chest, it's not my lower chest. My mid-chest is set up in the orientation to oppose gravity, right? Which again is the Smith machine, it's gravity, it's like free weight, it's like a barbell, right? So this is why I said it's very important for you guys to learn how to set your body up for every exercise, because if I was trying to train my mid-chest and I was like, oh, flat bench press does that. No, flat bench press for me does my lower pecs actually. So I'm training the sternal pec fibers here. We're gonna do a low incline on the Smith machine. Okay guys, so although I do prefer dumbbells for training chest, simply because of the fact that there's no limitation with the dumbbell. You can adduct your arms all the way in and get that full contraction, but a barbell or a Smith machine is a very useful tool as well. You're gonna be able to move a little bit more weight, under control obviously, doing the rep properly, but it's gonna allow you to load the muscle a little heavier. With the Smith machine specifically, it's a lot safer, right? Because there's really no balancing in the exercise. You know, even if you drop the weight, the worst thing that's gonna happen is you just rack it, right? No problem. So you can actually train a little bit closer to failure with a Smith machine or with a machine in general because of that safety factor too, which is great. You're gonna allow yourself to get to those reps to failure, even beyond failure if you wanna do forced reps, partials, things like that, and you don't have to worry about the safety aspect. Now, with machine press like this or a Smith machine, we're doing this a little bit heavier. We can do maybe like 8 to 10 reps because there is that safety factor, right? So this again is an exercise that you guys should be trying to progress every week, keeping your execution and your form on point, perfect, but you should be trying to get either more reps or a little bit more weight each week. Or another form of progression is also improving your execution, right? It's not always just about more reps or more weight if you're sacrificing execution. You can do the same reps, the same weight, but you can execute the exercise a little bit better, and that is a form of progression in itself. So one thing I'm always thinking about when using a barbell or using something where your hands are fixed when training chest is having that inward intention, thinking about adducting the arm, right? Even though my hands are fixed here, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing the bar and I'm trying to bend the bar this way and I'm trying to shove it together, right? Because adduction is what contracts your chest. So even when I'm pushing up, but I'm thinking about driving in this way too. And I'm thinking about my elbows coming in towards the sternum, the midline of my chest. If you guys train with that kind of intention when you're using a barbell or a fixed bar, you're gonna have a lot better results with growing your chest. Now we're gonna do an exercise for my lower chest, right? Those abdominal fibers that are coming down, tying into the rib cage, tying into your obliques, right? So we need a decline movement for this. I'm gonna do this on the machine pressed so I can show you guys how you can set up any exercise to hit any different part of the chest, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a little bit higher with my torso so that my hands are lower and we're pushing down and in like this on a downward plane, hitting these fibers going down, right? So for me to do that, I need to have a little bit of a lift on the seat, right? You guys can use some foam, a foam roller, whatever. You can use a block like this, a yoga block. So I'm gonna have it set up so I'm higher. My starting point is like my hands are already at my lower chest here. And I'm gonna extend with my spine a little bit, get everything up, and I'm gonna shove down and in. Whoa. Okay. So I could have easily made this for my mid chest or my upper chest if, you know, I took the block out and then I lowered the seat a bit down, right? And then now we're starting from a lower position. Now this actually turns into, when I bring my elbows lower, an upper chest or a mid chest press, right? So you guys, when you understand what the chest does and how it functions, you can set up any exercise to really target any part of the chest. Yeah, so another good reason why we're gonna do a machine press near the end of our workout is because we've done some heavy work, we've done some free weight work. Now we're gonna be a little bit fatigued, right? Our other muscles are gonna be fatigued. We don't wanna be in an exercise where we really have to focus on balancing or stability or anything like that, right? So we come into the machine, we're seated, we have our back against the pad, and the movement pattern is already set for us. So we're just pushing against the force of the machine, right? So it's very safe. You know, there's no stability. We can really just push until the point of failure. And the worst thing that's gonna happen is the machine just comes back down and you're fine, right? So that's why it's a good reason to put it at the end of your workout. So we're gonna do about 3 sets here, a little bit heavy, a little bit lighter in the weight and higher in the reps, because like I said, we did some heavier weight earlier. We've already like fatigued that kind of heavy weight. We don't want that much stimulus, right? So we wanna be able to really focus on the chest and contract it. So about 12 to 15 reps, something like that. And we can do drop sets here because this is the end of our workout and we can really just gas it out, right? Drop set. Okay guys, so that's it for the workout today. All of the tools and the understanding and the education that I've given you guys in this video is gonna allow you to really conquer any exercise when you're training chest. You guys know now that you need to line up your humerus to contract in the direction of the muscle fibers you want to target, right? I showed you guys how to do the incline, showed you how to do the flat press for your mid chest, and I showed you how to do a decline press. You guys can take those principles and use that for pressing, for chest flies, for anything like that, right? So you don't need me to show you every single exercise. Now you guys have the understanding and the education and the tools to be able to go in the gym and understand what you're training, what part of your chest, and really how to take it to failure and how to grow your chest, okay? So as you can see, we did 4 exercises. I'm really pumped up. My chest is really pumped, even on like no carb diet, right? Because I diet aggressively because I'm crazy. But you know, now we're done the workout. We're gonna show you guys how to do the protein ice cream. So we're gonna set up the station. We have all the ingredients. I brought everything here to show you guys today, and this is gonna be a delicious post-workout snack. And I actually brought another bowl so that, you know, Carlos can try, and he can tell you guys if it's good or not. And he's not gonna lie to you because he doesn't give a fuck, man. He'll tell you if it's not good. So we're gonna make it. We're gonna show you guys how to do it, some different variations, and then we're gonna do a taste test with Carlos. I'm gonna grab the camera, show Carlos. He's gonna be like, eh, or he's gonna be like, yeah, man, good, okay. So let's do it.